What a performance from Real Madrid. 3-0 winners over Salzburg. And maybe, just maybe, we got a glimpse into the future of how this team is going to set up. So, 3 at the back. It happened. This was Xabi Alonso's bread and butter at Bayer Leverkusen, and it worked a treat. Yes, there are still a couple of things to iron out. For example, as the game went on, you were starting to see a couple of big gaps between the wing-backs and the centre-backs. But besides that, massive performances there, and you could see the effect that it's having on the team. It looks more compact as a unit, and this allows us to press a great deal easier. Look at the effect that the press is having on the field. Everyone, and I mean everyone, was doing their bit, Vinicius included. And what about Vinicius? What a performance. This reminded me of the season where he probably should have won the Ballon d'Or, because aside from the outrageous assist for that Valverde goal and his really well taken strike, he was playing in a different position. He was playing significantly more central. He was closer to the goal, which meant that he was going to get more opportunities. This is the position that he adopted when we did win the last Champions League. He played up top alongside Rodrigo with Bellingham in behind. And Ancelotti always used to talk about how if he was more central, he'd get greater chances to score. And this was indeed the case. A lot of the runs that he was making were indeed more central. And because of this setup, you were able to unleash Trent Alexander-Arnold. You're able to get the most out of those wing-backs. And by the way, Fran Garcia, what a performance from him. Interception after interception, a willingness to run forward. Well, he's always had that, hasn't he? But the question that I came away from that game thinking was, are you really getting 50 million euros worth of upgrade if you bring in Alvaro Carreras? It's a really interesting question, because Fran Garcia absolutely loves that system and he definitely thrives having that extra security. There's a player that I really want to talk about here, and it's Jude Bellingham. What a performance from Jude again, because he's had a couple now. He looks motivated. He looks like a guy who is reborn. He's willing to do the dirty work. He looks like he's saying to all of the doubters, myself included, who accused him of being lazy, I put myself in that bracket, he's putting a shift in. And he's showing us all, wow, what a player. And this guy could reach another level altogether, because we've already seen a guy that is a major goal threat, who can tie a team together, who can play a pass on a sixpence. He's an immense talent. But I always questioned his work rate. And yet, in the last 2 games, look at what we're seeing from him. It's passion, it's intensity, it's willingness to get stuck in and do your part for the team. And we're seeing the results. He looks absolutely immense. It really is such a shame that he is going to have that shoulder surgery, but not for him, obviously. He needs the surgery. We all hope that he feels significantly better afterwards. It's just the fact that we would be out without him for 3 to 4 months, and it's a great deal of time to miss a player of that quality. But nevertheless, what a performance from Real Madrid. And I think I'm saving the best till last here. Gonzalo Garcia, the forward, the young lad who scored yet again. But it's not just that finish, that Raul-esque finish, that little cheeky dink into the far corner, or the willingness to make that run so late on in the game. It's his attitude. And it's the fact that even in the other plays, he's dragging defenders away from the play, creating that space for the other forward. He works so hard, and he's clearly got the technical ability to match. Now, I know that he'll lose his place in the team to Kylian Mbappe. Everyone knows that. But over the course of a season, surely this guy is going to get a considerable number of minutes for this side. If I am Real Madrid, I am not spending any money on another striker. I know we've talked about this in the past. I know it's been speculated, the Joselu type player. No, keep it in-house. Use this guy. He deserves it. Aside from that, what else can I say? Another massive performance from the likes of Valverde, the creativity from Arda. Dean Howson doesn't put a foot wrong, it seems. Rudiger gets minutes under his belt. Courtois pulls off save after amazing save. It's standard for him. Who can you criticise? I would add that, on a slightly different note, that Rodrigo got a couple of minutes towards the end of the game when it was already done and dusted. But do we read into that? Maybe. Should it be the focus of today's video? Definitely not. Today, I want to focus on the brilliance that is Real Madrid, but let me know your thoughts. What did you think of the performance? If you did enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Take care.